Hello and welcome to ChartMill. My name is Christoph, and in this video I'm going to show you 3 different filter screens in ChartMill, all based on end of day quotes, which can be used as a first basic selection, not only by swing traders, but certainly also for day traders. Contrary to popular belief, you don't really need real-time quotes to make a first selection of stocks that might be interesting to day trade the next trading day. I wrote an article about this recently and I've put a link in the description below. In short, a stock screening platform like ChartMill focuses on the preliminary analysis work, while a stock trading platform is used for the actual trading, putting in entry orders, managing stop losses, etc. A good initial selection based on the end of day prices is certainly an important part of successful trading, whether you are a day or swing trader. This allows you, during the next trading day, to fully focus on the charts of only the stocks that are already part of your watch list. And just by applying a first basic selection, you will experience mental peace just because your personal day trading zone is clearly defined. Searching for day trading setups and at the same time specifying entry, stop losses and target levels for already identified setups will cause a lot of stress. And before you even realize it, you'll be making very expensive mistakes. So let's get started with the first screen filter. Now, for the screens used in this video, I have used some similar general settings under the General tab. These are US only stocks, price above $3, average volume above 200,000 and no ETFs. Good to know, I'll put direct links for each screen filter in the description below so you can copy and save them as a personal screen. Feel free to tweak them to your own personal trading preferences, as the options are nearly endless. This first screen filters out stocks whose price is at less than 5% of the highest price in the past 52 weeks. In addition, we have added a volume filter and a price performance filter. In the Stockscreener, select the Performance menu and click the Signal tab. In the drop-down menu, select within 5% of 52-week high. In the same General menu, select today's performance and slide the bar to 1%. Next, select the Indicators menu and click the Volume Increase tab. Select volume 50% more than the volume over the average 50 days. When to use this filter? This screen is ideal in strong bullish markets, as these are markets in which there is a large inflow of capital and new traders. High prices simply attract high prices, and while the ride lasts, you should try to profit from it as long as possible. Why this filter? Well, a price that is relatively close to the highest annual price is interesting because this highest price is something that stands out. Just because the current price is close to that highest annual price, there is a kind of attraction to it. The closer, the more traders will also assume that this highest price level will certainly be reached. As a short-term trader, you can take advantage of it because these conditions create increased volatility. Now let's take a closer look at the stocks from this first basic selection screen. I select 2 charts as view, and through the tabs main and secondary, you can set the time frame for each chart individually. In this case, I use a daily chart and an intraday chart on the 5-minute time frame. DEC shows a very narrow sideways trading range. A breakout to the upside would confirm the existing uptrend, but what clearly stands out is the falling RSI indicator. So just as well we may be facing a breakdown. There is undoubtedly downside potential up to the 420 level. So key levels here are thus 438 on the upside and 434.5 on the downside. A descending trend channel for CRL, but in an ascending trend if we consider the daily chart. And in case of a breakout at the top of this channel, the first target is the 441 zone. Tech has a rather erratic daily chart, but it did rise sharply on a daily basis, just missing the top in early May. And given the volume and the shape of the candle with a clear upper and lower tail, there is considerably volatility. And we may see a new attempt to take out the existing high. On the 5-minute chart, a falling wedge pattern is emerging, and a breakout above the upper green line would make a retest of the intraday top at 26.6 plausible. Alex has already had a firm rebound on the intraday chart and has even broken out above the 22.75 level. The existing top around 23 is only a matter of time. Tough setup to place a stop loss with an acceptable risk reward, and anyway this would be a pure momentum play. ALGM is showing the same pattern as DEC. The levels to keep an eye on are 34.4 on the upside and 33.7 on the downside. MNR, descending triangle pattern on the daily chart, and on the intraday chart the price is now hovering a bit between 90.06 and 80.92. And if price can close higher on the intraday time frame, the way is open to 19.75, as that would also mean a breakout from the descending triangle pattern on the daily chart. So as you can see, the beauty of these more extensive intraday analysis is that you can do them perfectly at the end of the trading day, since our basic selection screens are done on end of day time frames. So you don't experience any time constraints and you can look at the charts at your own pace. The setups you want to keep are then stored in a watch list, and you can do this in ChartMill by clicking on the plus sign and adding the ticket to an existing watch list or creating a new watch list. If you want to add all tickets to a watch list at once, click on the plus sign on the far right of the blue bar. In the same way, you need to add these tickets to your trading platform ready for the next trading day. So now let's move on with the second screen filter. This screen uses the Bollinger Band's indicator, more specifically the lower Bollinger Band. And to define the relationship between price and the lower Bollinger Band, I'm going to use two custom filters. First, select the Performance tab and use the tab Price versus SMA. Choose the option Price above SMA 200. This ensures that the long-term trend is positive. Now go to the Custom menu. For the left-hand side of the comparison, select Property and choose Previous Close. For the comparison itself, select Lower Than. Finally, for the right-hand side comparison, choose the option Property again. In the drop-down menu, select Lower Bollinger Band. This concludes our first custom filter. As shown on the charts, only those stocks are retained whose previous closing price was below the lower Bollinger Band. For the second custom filter, select Property for the left-hand side of the comparison, but now select Current Price. For the comparison itself, choose Greater Than. At last, choose Property again for the right-handed side of the comparison and select Previous High Price. In this way, I've defined a fairly powerful reversal pattern on a time frame of barely 2 periods. These custom filters can be a bit overwhelming for novice users, but in our documentation section there are some articles and videos available to get you going. I'll put some links in below the video. So when to use this filter? This filter is applicable in both trending and sideways markets. For the most part, prices will always fluctuate within a certain range. Rising trend channels in bullish markets, horizontal trading ranges in sideways markets. Why this filter? Using this filter, ChartMill identifies stocks that have fallen just below the low of their current price channel, but immediately showed a very strong recovery the following day. In many cases, this filter will show the results of the so-called false breakouts. The subsequent countermove is so strong that a lot of tight stop losses from traders that went short in the direction of the initial breakdown are triggered, reinforcing the countermove even more. I'm not going to discuss all the results of this filter individually, as that would make this video way too long, but I'm going to pick out one that caught my attention: United States Steel Corporation. Stock price opened yesterday with a gap up and eventually closed 5% higher. On the intraday chart, a breakout is visible from a falling wedge pattern with a fairly long white candle. Price now appears to be hanging in place for a while. A setup to consider if the price can take out the high of this third last candle. A rather aggressive stop could then be just below 25.5, and slightly more conservative traders could prefer the 25.35 level. This screen is based on the relationship between the price and two moving averages, being the 20 and 50 simple moving average. To ensure a bullish trend, both the 20 and 50 simple moving average must be rising. Select the SMA 20 and SMA 50 tabs to define this filter. Furthermore, price must quote below the 20 SMA but above the 50 SMA. Choose the Performance menu and use the tab Price versus SMA to check the corresponding boxes. Finally, we use a price filter where we determine that the most recent closing price must have increased by at least 1%. This ensures us that the most recent day within the ongoing price decline closed positively. As a result, we mainly see stocks that are showing a slight decrease in an ongoing bullish trend. So when to use this filter? This filter is ideal when prices are on a rising trend. Even the strongest markets needs to take a break from time to time, causing prices to temporarily decline slightly. This filter captures such interim cool-off moments nicely. Why this filter? The 20 and 50 SMA are well known among technical traders. They are recognized and acknowledged as strong potential support levels in rising markets. A few candidates from this selection that stand out on the 5-minute chart, and as in the previous filters, on the left you have the 5 minutes chart and on the right the corresponding daily chart of the same stock. Snap Incorporated, price has just broken out of a small sideways channel, and on the daily chart this stock has just bounced from the 50 simple moving average. A little cup and handle pattern for Macy's Incorporated, and then Brown & Brown could also be a nice setup. A descending wedge pattern, and on the daily chart a rebound from the 50 simple moving average with a long white candle. Alright, that brings us to the end of this video. Direct links to the screen filters used in this video can be found below in the description. If you like this video, make sure to click the like button and don't forget to follow us so you will be notified when a new video is available. By subscribing, you help us to grow this channel so we can make even more videos. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.